bowling is going through kind of a thing right now. I would say struggle session almost in a way. And I kind of looked at like my biggest bowling pet peeves on our bowling so that we could see kind of some of the stuff that's going on at the bowling alley that hurts bowling. 7C Cat said, which by the way, 600 handicap, I think, is what that they have their bowling scores under their names.
I don't think 600. What is a 600 handicap? What could that possibly be?
150. It says 155, 254, 600. So 155 is something. 254 is something.
Different types of bowling, maybe, because I'm not like 300 is the perfect game. That
250, maybe 254 is his best score. That's the best.
Yeah.
The best. Yeah.
And then what's the third number?
The 600, is that the handicap?
But what would that?
I don't have any. I fucking.
Wait, we sound really stupid right now.
Oh,
but yeah, I don't know what that would refer
I don't
to.
even know how to keep score. I did a gig at a bowling alley where we were supposed to bowl afterwards, and it was a place where you had to use the pencil and like you had to write the score in the thing. And we had no idea how to do it. We were just like, fuck it, I guess we'll just throw the ball for a couple of hours because it was like fucking impossible to figure out. You know, they don't teach that in school these days. Which
I don't think it's necessarily impossible.
It's hard.
If you had access, I guess, to Google at the time.
Well, yeah, we did have that, but you know,
you could have maybe, just kind of taken a look at it. I'm sure there was even something you could put in there like bowling calculator, you know what I mean? And then you just like press on the ones. You could probably get an app for it or something.
This was way back in 2016 though, so it was like
there was a pre-app.
You would need the app to display like a cool CGI animation after something happens though.
Oh, that's a huge part. I hope we get into that. Yeah, well, definitely.
Let's see some pet peeves here. 7C Cat says having to find your goddamn opponents every frame because they've gone off socializing in between shots.
Yeah.
So.
I hate when people like are having a good time and you're supposed to be bowling.
They're playing that claw machine that has like 4 things in it. You know, they can't stay away.
Totally in there, and it's like,
hasn't been refilled since the Clinton administration. But
I'm trying to bowl over here. I'm trying to do something serious. You know,
what do you want that harmonica for? You know, come on.
I am the fat man 666 said, in my opinion, it's worse when you don't have to find them. They're just ignoring it. Bitch, your phone ain't going nowhere. Throw your ball and let me finish so I can go home. Which really makes bowling seem like a job to me. You know?
Yeah. So what you're saying is you've dragged your uninterested friend to come bowling, and you're just like, now you're getting all sour about it because they're on their phone. And you're just like, well, fuck it, let's just fucking leave anyways. Like that, I'm sure that happens quite a bit. I personally like bowling. Well, how do you feel about you guys? I mean, what's your?
Fine. I get frustrated with it after like one game.
What about you, Patty?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I go like maybe once every couple of years, and I usually have a good time. You know, it's
oh, okay. So you guys. So you're bullshitting up front, Brian. You are what they would call or whatever you said in the beginning.
Open bowler.
An open bowler. And
can I tell you something though?
Yeah.
I come from a family of my dad has bowled a couple 300s. Has the ring and all that.
You think you get legacy credit?
Yeah, I mean I was born into it, you know.
You think you get some residual credit for your dad's 300?
Yes.
Okay.
His name is at the bowling alley over on the east side of Columbus. His name is there.
You get a ring? They like make you a ring?
I assume
you can.
He's such a bitch.
That's like, so sick. It's like a Super Bowl ring or something, but it's like I bowled a 300.
Ring. I think it has like a class ring look to it. My dad's like, it looks stupid, and I'm like, shut up, man. Where's the ring? You got 2 of them.
By the way, in the whole time we've been doing guys, I don't think I've heard you use that word, you know, and now you're influenced by the bowlers who the guy in the post used that word. Bitch.
What? Oh, bitch, yeah. Honestly, here's Dom Ball says, honestly, bowling, quote, that team that never pays attention and slows the whole game down by never being ready. And then Gambit 4615 replies and goes, in our league, it's, quote, here for the beer. And in fact, they are. So.
Yeah, it's and in fact the name is quite accurate. Yeah.
You don't want to be the team everybody hates in the league. That's no good, you know.
Yeah, I guess so. But also, like, you want to have fun. Like, it sounds like maybe the people posting on the board about like how shitty it is that people are like drinking while they play. They might be the team that everyone hates.
True. And then
you know what I mean? Like, we might be just getting, because I don't know that. I think there might be a lot of fun bowling people that just aren't posting on the fucking Reddit for it.
Probably not. This guy says, I was practicing once when the lane next to me became occupied by a group of teenagers who all had no concept of bowling etiquette. After me stopping my approach about 3 or 4 times and going back to start over due to one of them grabbing a ball and bowling without consideration, I finally addressed the group to explain the etiquette rules. They went to the counter and got a new lane. I guess they simply did not care to be next to a serious bowler.
Oh, okay. I like this guy. This guy is good for the episode. Okay, so serious. Yeah, very serious, and it's like just some normal teens like having.
That's awesome. Because that's such a mature response too. It's like, all right, we'll just get out of here. It's like, I can't even get mad.
We'll go ahead and just get out of your hair, and then just find a different place because you seem to be taking this a bit more seriously than us. We're just having a good time, and like the behavior that he described, you were expecting it to be like they were like doing something, but they were literally just bowling. Yeah, like the wrong time, he thought. Do you know what I mean? Like they weren't really acting inappropriately. They were just bowling. He just thought like, oh, you don't understand. You're not supposed to bowl when I'm about to bowl. So like he's really the bad guy in this by far.
Well, Darwinia says, I had to use the bathroom once while I was practicing and came back to all my balls being used by folks on the lanes around me. Then they complained to the counter I took my equipment back. So,
okay, so that sounds like there's more to the story that we're missing. I don't know that she's giving us the whole
guy
story.
In the can. Yeah,
wait. What was the person's name?
Darwinia.
Oh, I thought it was Darwinia sounds like a girl's. Who knows? We'll say
Nate Dizzle said when they stand there for 10 seconds in shock and disgust after they get a split or don't get a strike in the pocket. It happens, dude. Please move it along. Everybody's in a fucking hurry. Is the thing that I've noticed.
Yeah, I guess you want to. Maybe that is a thing if you are paying by the hour on the lane. Do you play? Do you pay? You pay for time, right? So maybe
not in a league,
like,
though.
No, league. Yeah, league is just you bowl. I would imagine you just bowl the match or whatever.
You get the
whatever
3 games.
Yeah,
right?
So in that case, you probably want to save it. You're out of the house. Maybe had a stressful week and at work, and now you're finally done. You want to hang out and let loose, and why shouldn't you be able to do that?
Well, this person says people who eat on the lane or go to the toilet in bowling shoes. That's so dangerous. So
dangerous.
I don't know. I don't have an answer. Now here we go. Now what I'm about to read you guys is the biggest controversy in the world of bowling right now, and this is pyro melter. Two-handed non-bowling, because bowling has been done for over 5,000 years one-handed. Other sports include bowling, which are also done one-handed only, bocce, lawn bowling, and cricket. And it's not so much a pet peeve, but rather an inevitability. Allowing two-handed bowling will eventually degrade the entire sport into a meaningless blob of no actual rules. You can take a shot putter and tell him to throw a 16-pound ball 59 feet right in the pocket, and that is legal. So it isn't the two-handed bowling alone that bothers me. Rather, it's the entire lack of definition of what the game is, and two-handed bowling being the most visible symptom of that sickness. So a lot of people aren't too happy.
That person just sounds like a fucking loser to me, because that's just like it's not even an advantage to bowl two-handed.
I think it is actually somewhat, I guess.
No, it's only an advantage if you can't hold it.
Well, I'll say this, because of the spin. These guys think that spin, the spin, right?
Sure.
On the ball.
Yeah, no, we all know. Hey, we all know the spin.
We know the spin.
It goes out and around, and they like that. I don't get it. I feel like if you throw the ball straight to the right place, all the pins will fall down too. But they like to do that thing where it goes close to the gutter and comes in and knocks
That's
it
known
over.
as the spin. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's it's actually called something else, but I would have to look that up. It's like revolutions. They call it revs. So, but they think that it's easier to spin it with two hands is the thing. And then this guy, Butter Yo Biscuit, said
but are people doing that? Like the people I see
Yeah.
using two hands are not spinning it. Like you're saying there's people who are using two hands to cheat in bowling.
there is a pro bowler
Yeah.
that uses two hands.
Right. So this is like the guy who broke Jeopardy. Like it's one of these things.
That is different because every person I've ever seen use two hands is like a young child or like somebody who like physically can't do it with one hand.
Like grandma style or something.
Yeah, it's known as grandma style. It's if grandma comes
It's
up.
not grandma style. It's not between the legs though. They kind of
Oh, I see. They take it from the side and they spin it like that. I can see what you're talking about now. Okay. Different thing than what I'm picturing. I'm picturing little old granny. Come on. Oh, do you mind if I play with you, boys? That's what I'm picturing. And she's so sweet,
Well, this guy says, I recently found out my dad hates this style to a point. He thinks it should be a USBC rule to use two fingers and a thumb. Wanted to see if we could get a level-headed discussion going today about your opinions on it.
Let's keep it level-headed because last time I brought this up, it got to, a lot of insults quite quickly.
A lot of people PMing each other photos of the other person's house, that kind of thing.
A lot
really,
of stuff,
really
a lot
aggressive.
of really threatening stuff pretty quickly. So let's keep it level-headed here. But should we kill the people who use two hands?
He goes, Fit Chemist says they're fun and they're helping to keep the sport alive as all the boomers take their leave, meaning that they die. So these young people are
take their leave.
Yes.
Very very lyrical way of okay, sure.
Yeah, and he goes, they can make fun of me for not having a high rev rate, and I'll make fun of them for giving up on one-handed because they couldn't hook a ball in their first 2 weeks of trying because they cared more about moving a ball sideways 8 inches than the 60 feet that actually matter. So this guy actually doesn't seem like he's okay with it.
They'll make fun of me for not having enough revs. I'll make fun of them for being dead when they're dead.
Maine Boston says, I hate it. It's improper form. Children bowl with two hands, not adults. I think it should be banned for leagues. And a guy replies and goes, found the boomer. And then
so there's this is like some younger generation person who's saying like, the younger generation uses two hands. Pop. Okay, I'm starting
it's the future.
I'm
You're
starting
stuck in the
get
past.
it, I guess. Yeah, you're
one-handed pass. For sure.
Okay, yeah.
But this guy does have a good point, and he's kind of like me in a way.
Why does he does he frequent
he frequents bowling alleys. No. He goes, look, I grew up in a bowling house. My dad
so did you, Bryan.
I bowled like 8 times growing up.
But you did, but was your dad like if he was bowling 300, was he like into it? Was he in leagues and stuff?
Yeah, he leagued 2 nights a week. He would do a league.
That's so cool. That's like Roseanne. You know what I mean? It's like the show Roseanne to me.
He even has all the stuff too. He's got the wrist thing and all that towel.
Of course. If he's bowling a 300 game, he's not fucking around. More than one, rather.
Well, this guy says, my dad bowled on tour, first league when I was about 6 and had an instructor. Seeing adults bowling two-handed just totally bugs me because of how much emphasis was placed on proper form. I'm never going to be okay with it. So
you're not changing that person's mind. So don't even bother. Move on to the next person. Have the debate, but that person is always going to hate you for bowling two-handed.